What's up, y'all? Peace and light, peace and love. Sitting up here vibing to some music that inspires me, setting that new year off and everything. I really like to bring it in with some music that I'm vibing on. You know what I'm saying? What I'm feeling on and everything. Now, earlier I had my shadow playlist on. You know what I'm saying? Get me connected with that whole shadow aspect of myself. Because, see, if we ain't doing that, we ain't living true. But right now, I'm on this inspirational playlist that I put together. I want to really recommend that you get a playlist for each and every vibe that you're trying to rock with and everything. This is really some magic that really helps setting the tone for the day as we move out and about. But I wanted to stop through and check in real quick, giving thanks for the divine plan of love that's unfolding, no doubt. As we move into 2026, this 10 year, I call it the 10 year because I know in numerology, we break it down into one last final digit. You understand? And it's all good because that one is about us really stepping into our power, bringing all of our creativity and our confidence to the table. It aligns us with that unity consciousness, no doubt. And so as we move forward throughout this year, in the springtime, in the summertime, we gonna be noticing some powerful business out here. That bell was confirmation out here. And so with that, fam, with that, I wanted to stop through and check in real quick about some major moves that we can make in fashion that's going to really help us to really tap in and tune in to this power vibe, no doubt. This is that whole equestrian thing. Now, we ain't necessarily in the fire horse year right now as I'm recording this on the new year. You understand the calendar new year. Because we know truly the new year really happens when in nature, right? When we see the flowers popping up, the trees coming back on the leaves. See, this is when we start getting new shit out in nature. Nature indicates when the new year is. But man saw it as business to go ahead and make sure that they make it this material thing. And so they put it in cap season and everything. But in a way, we can take this and make this really work for us in a powerful way, you see. Because this is a time for us to really sit and be quiet and strategize and plan. And so we'll take this particular time right now to really get laser focused on our direction. And in this year of the fire horse, baby, this is when that business that we about really begin taking off. And so I wanted to talk about some of the clothes that we can wear during this particular time that's gonna really help. This is what my game plan is. See, this is really a time for a sister like me, because this is when I break out all of that shit that I've been digging on for many, many, many years. And this is that whole equestrian vibration. Now, you don't know what that is, throw that in your search engine and ask that they show you. Put it on the what is that? The image thing to show you the different types of equestrian styles. I like dealing with the equestrian scarves. See, the equestrian clothes, right, are all of those clothes like you wear with horseback riding and everything, right? See, that fire horse is really going to help in activating a lot of superpowers in us. So it might even be in the best interest to really get in the business of horseback riding and opening up that sacral chakra and everything. You know what I'm saying? That's going to awaken the creativity within us. But these equestrian gears, wearing those boots, the hats, the scarves, the ones with the horses and the carriages on them and everything. This gonna be a power move, family. That's really going to help us to connect, to link into and tap into this particular energy. The polo clothes, what is the Ralph Lauren, who really has that equestrian logo on all of the assemblage on his clothes and everything, the polo shirts and what have you. And if there are any other of those particular vibrations on those logos, you want to grab those up because these are going to be empowering symbols to incorporate in your wardrobe. And this right here, baby, will shift some shit for you in 2026. And so with that, I wanted to check in because them fairies been coming through. See, this is the magic that I tap into when I'm dealing with this fashion magic, you understand? And so these fairies really been helping me really align my style into really doing the damn thing. And so here's a special message that they got for you in getting in alignment, shifting shit through your style, through your routines, through your activities. There's life-changing magic, baby, and showing up, baby, out here in these particular streets. Don't let nobody fool you. This is a really base magic, you understand? Let's go. I love it. I love it. Life-changing magic. And so spirit is coming through, giving a shout out to the 18 that comes through in some profoundly auspicious ways. Be yourself, they coming through to say. And so with that, we got that horse energy, that unicorn energy. See, that unicorn energy is just coming through, checking in, reminding you that there's no one like you out here. See, a lot of folks will attempt to imitate, but they will never duplicate. And so this situation calls for you to be your authentic self, which is the basis of your personal power. This is how you show up. When you showing up true out here in these particular streets, not allowing nobody to tell you that being fake and wearing a mask is real because it's really you being fake and wearing a mask. That's madness. We got to really be in this space where we really are taking authority over our minds, over our own thinking, and taking the wisdom that we get from folks and you know, chewing the fish and spitting the bones out. You understand what I'm saying? You can't just ride on everybody's goddamn coattail out here. And so what we need to recognize is that in the springtime, your desires will fully manifest as the flowers begin to bloom. Now, this is what I was just talking about, that whole business. This a time of contemplation and everything. Because this is when we start really putting our foot on the gas out here, is when these flowers begin to bloom. But in the meantime, what we can be doing is we can start making some shifts in how we take care of ourselves. Because you do understand that, yes, there is life-changing magic in showing up, no doubt, right? But when you start moving from the inside out, see, this is an inside job, right? And see, you making sure that you tapping into this fashion magic and everything, this is helping internally bring out that outside vibration. And so a dietary change, the things that we taking in and digesting. See, and you improve your diet, you go improve your life. This is all about making sure that you're bringing in things that's supporting your vibration, taking in things that's really helping your skin to glow, to elevate you, to give you the clarity and the focus that you need so that you can be the badass that you're supposed to be. I'm not here to try to preach nobody's dietary alignment and all of that other madness. You know what it is. And if you don't, let me tell you a little trick that you can do. You can put it in your hand and you can see if there's any resistance when you press down on your hand with it in your hand. And if you're holding it in your hand and holding it firmly, if this is good for you, it won't move. But if it's not, you won't be able to hold steady with it. The energy just will not support you. And so with that dietary change is really coming through, checking in to remind us that this is an important aspect of us being the badasses that we're supposed to be out here in these particular streets. The dietary change is necessary. And I'm also hearing on those things that we're listening to as well, which is probably why I opened it up talking about these playlists and everything, helping us connect to the vibration, you understand? Watching these movies that's out here seem like they putting a little extra element of trauma in the mix, right? And we got to be mindful because we the 144 out here. We leading the way. We ain't gonna let nobody come in here messing with our mind, reprogramming our energy centers and everything so that we can be in this fear-based reality. We ain't doing none of that shit. We go take this energy, we go alchemize it, and we utilize that through our fashion, through our diet, through taking care of ourselves, by showing up in some powerful and impactful way. Life-changing magic and showing up, baby. Because at the end of the day, we walking away from these unhealthy situations. See, spirit is coming through in a powerful way, letting us know we got to leave these unhealthy situations and enjoy these new doors that's opening as results. And so as we take all of the lessons that we got from that tough cycle we just closed out, and as we begin propelling into this cycle of the fire horse, we go be enjoying these new doors that's opening to us as a result of us walking away from the shit that didn't serve us. And this equestrian vibration, baby, this is that business that we need to get into, no doubt. This is going to really help us to connect to the star player. And I ain't even here for no labels and all of that other bullshit and everything. I got them. I like them. Some, you know what I'm saying? That was my thing. I ain't going to throw them the hell away because it don't matter no more. However, tapping into that Ralph Lauren, tapping into any of those designers with the equestrian, the Hermes, even though, you know what I'm saying, the price of them bags is some straight fuckery and a mind game to boot, no doubt. But it is an auspicious tap on that fire horse vibration and showing up in this in 2026. It will absolutely, positively shift some shit. So be yourself. Get prepared for the spring. Shift that diet and walk away from that shit that don't serve you. Because this is what's going to help 2026 be a badass and powerful time for you to show up and show your ass out here in the streets. Peace and light. Peace and love.